Hey, welcome back to Matter of Opinion. We're talking with Michelle. Michelle, I have your phone number, and you're our winner for this week, okay?
Thank you.
Michelle, what's your last name?
Do I have to give that to you?
Not at all. Just give your confirmation name, a nickname, body part, anything.
I'm Michelle Betty Michelle.
Okay, Michelle, Betty Michelle. That sounds pretty violent. I like it. Okay. It's love like at first sight. Okay. And June Allison will be proud of that diaper. That's very nice. Okay, now, Michelle, I'm going to give you a call. You're a winner this week, and on the third show of this set, we're going to have you on. You're going to meet your dream date, and I'll talk to you later this week, Michelle. Thanks a lot.
Okay, well, I work a lot, so just leave a message on my machine.
I certainly will. And she keeps track. This is
and I love your tie.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Okay, I'd like to introduce my first guest. His name is Chris Copley, and he's from Burton Snowboards. How you doing, Chris?
How you doing? It's good to be here on Your Opinion Sometimes Matters.
You're dyslexic, aren't you? You're okay?
Okay, Craig's World, right?
Don't ever go on this show. This guy Osiris, okay? He'll make you wear a beret and say things about people you don't really want to hear.
Tell me, as I come in, this roach clip, this doubles this one. Or vice versa.
I don't know. You gotta ask Kenny about that. I don't know. He's throwing up upstairs. You can ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it on okay?
All right.
Put it to your little thing there.
Oh, here we go.
You okay?
So let's get down to it.
Now, give us a little history about Burton Snowboards.
Well, it's been around, sports have only been around 10 years, but it's evolved pretty quickly. Used to have a rope in the front, and it used to have fins on the side. Now they've built a lot more like skis, so they work on this firm, hard-packed surface that we have here in the East. It's not just for powder anymore.
Now, I have a pretty short board, and they can get pretty long, right?
Yeah, they're anywhere from, waist high to over your head, depending on what type of riding you like to do. So
You have a couple of boards back here, right?
Yeah, I got
Let's
a couple
take a look
here.
at a couple of them.
All right, we got two things going on.
We can stand up now.
All right.
You're taller than me.
Well, I don't know if this microphone's going to work. This is for alpine snowboarding, carving. If you want to go down the hill really fast, super quick. The shape of the board is really narrow, so it goes edge to edge. This is a lot more like skiing. And then we'll pull out the other little tool for the snow trade here. We got a freestyle snowboard, which most people ride. That's this one right here. Oh, here goes my mic.
I'll hold the board. You hold your mic.
This one here, as you can see, has a soft boot right here. This is what most people like to ride in. Softer boot, much more flexible. This is a lot of people come into the sport and want to ride a board.
How much are snowboard boots in comparison to ski boots?
Same deal. It's about $250 for the whole setup. Yeah, got it. Right here.
Now, when did snowboarding really start to catch on?
About 6 years ago is when a lot of the resorts, I'll get this out of your way, a lot of the resorts started to pick up on it. Stratton Mountain down in southern Vermont was the first resort that really went for it. And now every place, Stowe, Sugarbush, all the mountains really have a good time with it. This is a pain in the ass.
I'll take care of that for you here. Don't get disgusted just yet.
All right.
Okay, give it a minute.
Try not to.
There you go.
Perfect. See,
you're all
the
set
host.
Now, what's this about Jake? You and Jake work pretty closely together?
Yeah, Jake Burton's the owner of the company. His name's on the boards, and he's been, he's the founding father of the sport. He lives right up here in Burlington now, and
how old of a guy is he?
He's 37.
Really?
Yeah.
And when did he found this?
Well, it was 10 or 12 years ago. He started making boards in his garage, and now it's a international sport. So it's definitely something that everybody should try. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Is Jake a good snowboarder, or did he just toboggan a lot?
I mean, he used to win the early competitions, and then he decided his role is to make the product and not really ride.
How well does Jake know Warren Miller?
He's worked with Warren Miller for quite a few years, so we do our own films now.
Because there's some great snowboarding segments in like Steeper and Deeper, where they just saw at the Flynn, which is great, and there's some really nice snowboard segments.
Yeah, there's some other films that are a little bit more radical than that. That's kind of appealing to the whole ski market, whereas there's a whole other side of it that's a little bit more progressive than that. But not everyone's ready to kind of see that kind of action. So,
what do you recommend for the best places to snowboard around here?
Stowe, Sugarbush, Bolton Valley at night's a lot of fun. Jay Peak gets a lot of snow. Everywhere where there's good snow for skiing, it's the same for snowboarding.
I never snowboarded at night. I just gone in the daytime, but nighttime must be pretty wild.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the crowd's a little bit different.
Are you a good snowboarder?
It's a relative thing, I mean, some people, in comparison to a beginner or in comparison to a pro, so. It's just a lot of fun. It's not competitive. The whole sensation's different, It's just everyone's out there for fun.
Now, what exactly do you do for Burton?
I'm the New England sales rep, so I go around and sell the product to the shops, and then in the summer we do a catalog in our own film, so I work on a lot of the marketing side of things in the summer.
And when does your film start, or is that already going in?
Well, the films, this year we actually did 3 short films, and we show those. We sell them to a lot of the stores, and we do promotions with them, with a lot of the professional riders that are in them. It's a lot of fun. Good, driving music and stuff. Actually, I'm looking forward to seeing Chin Ho tonight. Yeah, that's why I came here. I didn't have to pay the $3 cover.
We tricked them. Okay, hang on one second. You got a question for Chris Copley from Burton Snowboards?
I don't know. They just keep hanging up.
I don't know. So now, I don't know this guy.
All right.
I have no idea. So now, in any case, what's going on with you and Jake? How often do you guys get together to talk about like new dynamics with boards, making new boards, the whole bit? Are you part of that process?
Well, there's all the products are designed in Vermont. I mean, everyone is thinking Vermont is just Ben and Jerry's, but this company here has got all kinds of products that are designed right here. The clothing, the boots, the bindings, the boards, everything, and. Jake's really involved from day one as far as every product. If his name's going on, it's going to be a good product.
Really? He's pretty hands-on? He's like right there making sure everything's okay?
Definitely. He spends a lot of time in Europe also because we manufacture a lot of the boards over there.
Where it's about like Austria, Switzerland, like Northern Europe?
Austria, yeah. He speaks German and stuff.
Is he German?
No, he's actually, white bread American, so.
Does he have like little kids, like little infants that he ties to snowboards and like just forces them and just like sends them down the hill, waves goodbye and says, "You're going to do it or else you're not one of mine"?
Yeah, actually he has a son who's 3 years old now and he's already been on a board, so.
That's great. That's really, I didn't know they make like the little teeny boards for little
Yeah,
they
kids. Make them, they look like a skateboard. They're real small.
Really?
It's a sport for everyone. It's not just for, it's for young kids. It's for, there's families now that just snowboard. They gave up skiing. That's the thing. A lot of people start snowboarding and they don't go back to skiing. So if you get bored with skiing, it's a good way to go.
I don't ski at all anymore. I'm not very good, but like too many moving parts, poles and boots and
one board
would get tangled up. And
that's the way to go. One board, no poles.
So what, are you a novice? Are you a professional? What do you think?
No, I've ridden for quite a few years, but I'm not competitive. I just, it's one of those things, competition is one of those 80s things. It's kind of out. You just want to do, get out there and have a lot of fun. Just try not to.
It's like you take a happy flask, a snowboard, you're gone for a whole day.
Yeah,
They find you on the roof of some car like 3 days later.
Yes, basically just get up on the hill as much as possible and stay outside. Most people stay inside in the winter, and you got to be outside to have a little more fun. So.
Now, you have an exhibition coming up, a championship here at Stratton?
Yeah, well, there's competitions that go on all the time, small regional ones, but then at the end of the season, there is one major international event at Stratton Mountain. That's March 18th through the 22nd. Last year we had a bunch of bands playing, and it's always a good time. People get pretty rowdy.
It's like a whole day event. There's bands you can like.
Yeah, it's 3 days. It's a 3-day event.
Oh, that's really wild.
Yeah, and there's like slalom, half pipe, and giant slalom.
Are you going to compete?
No, I actually do a little bit of the announcing, and it's just fun. Just zoo on some of the people if they fall, and it's a good time. It's not like a real structured event where it gets annoying.
Another call? Question for Chris Copley from Burton Snowboards?
Chris, I was wondering if you knew about the Bits clothesline that the Swires boys and one on G-Man were starting up, and if you know if they have anything out at this point?
Yeah, the Swires guys, these guys that he's talking about, a lot of snowboarders are doing their own clothing line, and Chris Swires is one of the regional professional riders from around here. He does his own clothing line. I think they're just starting to get that snowboard clothing line going. There's only a few shops that are carrying it. Most of the shops in Burlington carry, snowboards like the B-Side and also the Alpine shop on Williston Road. And then they'll probably both be carrying that clothing line that you're talking about. It's called Bits Clothing. It's snowboard designed by, it's an underground clothing line.
It's good stuff. Anybody locally that does carry it at all?
I would say you could check the B-Side on, it's on Main Street. I'm sure you know where that is. They probably will carry some of the pieces.
Cool. All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right, yep.
So, like, are they your major competitor then? You have like these kind of professional underground people who like start their own lines?
Yeah, well, there's about 30 manufacturers that actually make the boards. Clothing's a lot easier to manufacture, so it's actually Jeff Brushy, who's the world champion. He's from Heinsberg, Vermont. He has his own signature board, and he's internationally known. It's kind of he's like a rock star in snowboarding, and he's a friend of some of these guys. That this guy Chris Swires, who's doing his own clothing line. That's the whole thing. It's kind of a homegrown network. Everyone does their own thing, and it's where Jake started with his stuff. So you never know which company's going to be on top in 5 years.
Well, it's great. Hopefully next time you come on, you can bring Jake and his son with you.
Definitely, yeah.
And you and Jake will both be at Stratton in March for the championship there?
He's there. He'll be there also. But we'll get Jake on the show here. He wanted to be here tonight, but he had some other business he had to do. So, change the diapers, Yeah.
So, well, I hope his 3-year-old has a little more self-control than that, but okay. All right, thanks a lot for being with us, Chris.
All right,
we'll go to Connor Lute and we'll be right back. Thanks a lot.